Hi, I'm Ruth, an artist and filmmaker living in the Yorkshire Dales. Today I'm speaking to land managers in the SUNO catchment area to hear about their potential and ongoing natural flood management projects.
I'm Kevin Birch. I'm Farm and Conservation Manager for Dalton Farms. It's a 2,000 acre estate. We're farming about 1,000 acres in hand now. We have 3 countryside stewardship schemes going. The main driver for the estate is a profitable farm business, but with a huge emphasis on the environment.
We farm about 415 acres, pretty poor land. Running sheep and cows, but we're in a countryside stewardship scheme and we're also in the SFI. You know, we're in a marginal area where it's very difficult to make money out of conventional farming. My philosophy is to do the right thing by the environment, but at the same time, you know, we're a business, and so you've got to look for sort of ways that you can get money in. We're looking at putting some woodland in to protect the watercourse, water retention, so scrapes, ponds, leaky dams.
I'm Liz, owner and manager of Heggs Farm Renaturing Project. We're managing the land just in a very different way in favour of nature. One of the many interventions we've done over the last 5 years is our natural flood management programme, which includes 16 scrapes, 6 leaky dams, 2 sediment traps and a large new woodland creation plot up the fell side.
Ousewem are a local partnership project working with farmers and landowners to actively reduce flood risk in vulnerable North Yorkshire communities.
The thing that we're trying to achieve is a mosaic of habitats. Connectivity, obviously lots of hedgerows going in, lots of hedges being laid, lots of new woodlands, but connecting everything together.
There's multiple uses of the same piece of land in terms of what benefits it's delivering. We've created these scrapes for natural flood management, but they are obviously going to benefit wildlife. There's a primary focus, but then there's all these secondary benefits. I think government policies have forced farmers and landowners to be too single-minded in the interests of driving yield or output. So I think it needs to come from the government to lead another way.
We can only do one thing with policy. We're either protecting birds, we're protecting species-rich grassland, or we're focusing on water, or whatever it may be, but we can't have a mix of them all.
Now we'll have to pull out of the countryside stewardship scheme if we go ahead with the wetland scheme that we're planning. You have to be sure that the funding's there going forward, because to take land out of production, you know, it's a big decision. It's a huge decision. It's still land that the estate would get a rent for, and it's still land, if this was a tenant farmer, that tenant farmer would be earning money on. You have to be able to justify taking it out of production. So the byproduct of the good that the scheme's doing in terms of natural flood management is that we'll be creating a wonderful habitat, which is something that is very high up on the agenda for us.
You can't see it now because it's filled in, but when the scrapes were dug and it was bare earth, you could see how much water that could hold. If we can show how just small areas can be repurposed, I feel like that would make a difference.
If we do it and 4, 5, 6, 10 neighbours do it, then, you know, maybe we can reduce that peak flow that stops somebody's house flooding.
It's a great privilege to be able to do these things, isn't it? Not everybody gets to decide what you do with a lump of land.
It's putting stuff in place that potentially has a future value. And so by having it there, then, you know, hopefully we're well positioned to tap into anything that appears, yeah.
Everything that I've experimented with at Heggs has been a result of looking at other projects and learning and seeing what's worked for them. So I need to also share that knowledge and learning. It's kind of like a duty to pass it on.
The more people you talk to and sort of discuss options with, the more knowledge you get. You talk to Ousewem or you talk to other organisations, it doesn't matter who you're talking to, you're starting to understand the direction of travel in terms of policy, the direction of travel in terms of where funding options may be, and so by talking to people, you're learning more. Just do it.